Welcome to BloombergQuint. On the event of Tech Mahindra announcing its first quarterly earnings, we are in conversation with its management. We are joined by Vineet Nayyar. He's the Vice Chairman of Tech Mahindra to take us through some of the details and the highlights of this quarter. Thank you for joining us, sir. Let me begin by asking you, your dollar revenues, which have held up for the quarter, it's been a reasonably better quarter than what a lot of analysts were expecting. Can you tell us as to what are the reasons behind the strength as far as your revenues are concerned?
Well, I think I'm glad that it was higher than what the analysts were expecting, but I still believe that it is not good enough, and as we go forward, we should see some further improvements.
And in terms of improvement, sir, what can we expect in margins, in growth?
Well, I presume it will be both margins and growth. We do believe that at this point of time, we are almost at the bottom, and we would like to see over the next few quarters are coming back to the levels we were in earlier.
Mr. Nayyar, there's been a lot of conjecture with respect to the growth of your acquisitions that Tech Mahindra has made over the past couple of years. Specifically the likes of Lightbridge Communications. Can you tell us a little more about how that is done and whether or not we expect to see a turnaround soon?
Lightbridge Communication has not done as well as we had anticipated. We are undertaking some major significant surgeries there, and I think as we go forward, there will be some segments which we will drop, and there will be other segments which we will keep and grow. And these areas are the ones which we think will have better profitability. So it's work in progress, and I do believe that the remodeled LCC would be an asset to the company.
Mr. Nayyar, considering the fact that about half of your revenues comes from Americas, there has been a lot of concern in recent times with respect to growth there, and there's been a lot of change in trends with respect to what clients need from the likes of Tech Mahindra. Can you take us through some of these changes and how Tech Mahindra is adapting to the requirements of your clients?
Yeah, you asking two different questions. One is US is a significant country for us, the most significant, and there have been certain political changes, but so far we haven't seen the impact of those. Possibly they are busy with other more important things than the work which is being done in the technology area by Indians or other people from outside. Going forward, I mean, US will continue to be our most important client. It will continue to be an area of focus for us. We are doing large amount of work on telecom, and I think that is a market, despite the current political turmoil, is going to be significant and possibly the most important for all technology players, and we want to be a part of that play.
All right, Mr. Nayyar, finally a question on the employee force. What we understand, from the IT industry in general, with the advent of automation, there could be a slight reduction with respect to hiring going forward, with a lot of reskilling coming on for your current employees as well. Based on that, can you expect an improvement in your revenues per employees and also perhaps hiring to lessen going ahead?
Well, I mean, with automation, with artificial intelligence, with the cloud, what is happening clearly and unambiguously is the reduction of manpower per dollar earned, and that is a fact of life, and the labor intensity is going to come down, and in some areas quite dramatically, and that is what we have to live with. we are hoping that the volume of work will grow, and if that were to happen, we could support the same number of people, but it would be on a much larger base. This is a very dynamic and a fluid situation. It's very hard to predict at this time what will come out in the wash. But the fact is there is a significant churn, and it will going to have profound effect on the way we do business.
And finally, Mr. Nayyar, a word on your margins. Can we expect improvements from current levels, and what is it that's going to drive improvement then?
We are endeavoring very hard to improve the margins. We improved it by 0.70% this quarter over the previous quarter, though this quarter has large number of costs which we incur for the entire year. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed, but I do think that in the next quarters we will improve on our present state.
Mr. Nayyar, it was a pleasure speaking with you. Thank you very much for your time, sir.